Well, hello and welcome back to the Silejo city. Today is a special day. We will be plopping down and decorating maybe the best, greatest, most fancy looking building in the whole city, and it's a tribe hall. Tribe hall is basically what you think of the town hall in any other city. We'll be surrounding it with the parking lots, will be decorated in heavily. Like I said, it's the most fancy looking building in the whole city, so today we will not spare it. We will not spare a dime. We will make great decorations, flowers everywhere, pavement, nice looking parking and so on. But because that's mostly a boring task building wise, instead of just commenting what you can see and what you can tell for yourself from the video, I'll instead might be talking a little bit about the history of this building and what it's about. So in this building actually resides the what is the governing office of the whole Silejo city and reservation tribe and so on. It's in the hands of the 11 members of tribe council, one of which is the our favorite and famous chief. And let's just say that the council is a bit of a divided lately. Well, not lately, for a long time, and it shows. So there are two wings or factions within this council fighting each other constantly over each and every issue, one of which is the faction consisting mostly on of young people that sympathize a lot with the chief, and the other faction, or let's just say other kind of wing of members, they are traditionalists. They care about the traditions. They are mostly old reserved people that don't like anything new, fancy. They don't like to show off. And well, you could see that this building was not in their plans at all, but they lost this battle, and the tribe hall got built. It's not a coincidence that the firm that built this tribe hall also at the same time built the chief's house right to the next door. So you could say that this firm was not selected just randomly, but let's just not criticize the chief. He has some good qualities, although his elections were a bit of a questionable, because the runner-up from the other side of the spectrum kind of had this weirdly timed accident on his motorbike right when the election campaign started. So there was basically after it no runner-up for the chief's function, and well, in a result, this tribe hall was built recently, yeah. But the chief also with his faction had some positive effect on the lives of the people of Silejo, I should say, although he often lives on the edge of the law, kind of. He enforces it with very strong fashion to the others, so you could say that he lowered criminality in recent years by a lot in the Silejo city. Also, he made the education for all the people of Silejo way better and achievable, and thanks to him we have a community college in the Silejo city, and we will be building that in the future. And also he likes to fund a lot of traditional festivals, fairs and holidays in rather opulent fashions. So we will also build what's called a tribal community or festival center on the outskirts of a town in the future, where all those festivities take place. We will also build a museum of the tribe, or something like that, within the reach of this community center. The health improved. We will be building a nice little clinic. So you could say that the money were well spent, although we are not sure where the money is coming from. Well, at least one source is known, and that will be the casino. Yes, the casino is something which is within the rights of to run a casino within the rights of the Native American reservations. You could see that a lot. So this Silejo tribe is no different. So we will have its casino, from where most of the money to fund the improvements of the Silejo village come from. And it's a bit of a questionable. There was a big fight in the past about building the casino or not, but ultimately I think it has a improving effect on the lives of the people. So it got built like 20 years ago, and since then we could see much more better quality of life in the Silejo. And yeah, we will get to that eventually. Now back to our building. You could see that I sort of skipped some or cut some of the parts of the video, because this is sort of a boring and repetitive task. You could see that I'm making all these lines for the parking lot, plopping a lot of trees, a lot of grass, a lot of flowers. It's a repetitive task, but it has to be done. I'm kinda glad that I selected this kind of village, because I'm not be plopping a lot of them. There will be just a few buildings in this city that has this great and awesome decorations which are cared about. So that's nice. I can enjoy it for a while. And yeah, also you could see maybe in the end and in the cinematics that I made some small changes of camera after I recorded this video. That's going to happen from time to time, because I sort of speed build the main building and so on according to my plans at first, but then I spend a lot of time polishing this and that, and if I capture that on camera there will be a endless long video, and that doesn't make sense. So sometimes some changes are off camera. I might point them out in the later episode or not, but it's really nothing big. Now I'm plopping this church right to the other side of the street, and yeah, they constantly get exposed to the Christianity, the Native Americans, and so it happens that like 40% now are in some sort of a church, 40% of the residents. So there will be a couple of churches, just different kind of churches. This is a Baptist church right here, and the decorations are rather sparse, you know. They are not fancy churches or so on. The congregation is not that big, so I decided just a proper church, house for the pastor, and some parking lot here. And then I decided to give kids something, yeah, somewhere to play. So this is also not a big deal. You could see it's just plopping some stuff for the kids, some benches, and surrounding it with the bushes, adding some decals with the sand or dirt, if you will. Yeah, I think overall it came out nicely, and I think it's a nice little addition to the center of our town. In the future episode, I think I'll be plopping down some shops along the main road and along the crossroads we had, so we will see how that goes. But also I was looking at the Google Maps for some inspiration, and I noticed that the edge of the river I had wasn't quite as authentic. I had this brown strip created, and that's nonsense. In reality it's actually way more overgrown, so I instead added a lot of trees right at the edge of the river. And other thing I noticed is that a lot of residents that had houses near the river, they had access to the river, they had some boats, they probably likes to go fishing. So I added this house just near the river, and this guy has these 2 boats and so on. For this neighborhood it's different because there is a forest between the houses and the river, but in the future neighborhoods I might kind of change this approach and add the access to the water for more houses, maybe create it closer to the river. But for now this one guy has it. Also, as I was looking at the Google Maps, I noticed that a lot of villages, they have just on the outskirts of the neighborhood the power relay station somewhere located, and so I decided to add one to the edge of this neighborhood, because in my future plans, or at least the near future, I don't want to expand this way, so I think it's a good closure to this neighborhood here. I think it worked. But anyway, we are approaching the end of this episode. I hope you enjoy it. So if you like it, give it a like, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good day.